example that I have over here that I created for my students, and what I did pretty much was I came up with a design that I thought would look very interesting, so we could talk about abstract art to incorporate the art component. And then the way I incorporated and integrated math was by talking about the 3D shapes that we use, such as pyramids, and we also talked about fractions by saying, like, what part is painted white, what part of the sculpture is painted gray, 1/3, 2/3. So we talked about that as well, and we talked about design composition. Here's some that my students have created right here. So it was actually featured at Heritage Bank in Columbia, Tennessee in an art show case. And over here we have where my students, they took this project and they created a three-dimensional sculpture right here where they talked about fractions. So they decided to use the black paint for the insides, and on this one in particular they wanted to use red right here, and then they used gray on the outside. So they really had to think about design composition, the colors that they used, and it turned out really great. About to get ready to create a composition, and when you create your composition, we're going to talk about how we're going to create a design on your piece of paper that I give you, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to think about, how can I create a really interesting composition using abstract, making it look pretty abstract. And when we make it look abstract, we are going to be thinking about fractions still, okay? So we all have three faces right here. So when we talk about fractions, how many, so we said there's three faces. So all this equals one shape, okay? So if I point to one of these faces, who can guess how many, what is that in fractions? If we were going to talk, how many parts of a fraction is this? 1/3, okay? Everyone say 1/3.
1/3.
So look.
Should we do it like that? No. I like it like that. Oh, that's what wait, we could. Yeah, like that. Have it like between there.
Yeah, that's a protractor.
Yes, a retractor.
Next time when we come in here, you all did such a fabulous job with these when we talked about things such as composition. We talked about things such as
Geometry.
fractions. We talked about the word abstract. Okay, so we learned about all those new vocabulary words. And so what you're going to do next week, we're going to be painting. And when we paint, remember, we're going to be using monochromatic. Everyone say monochromatic?
Monochromatic.
We're going to be using monochromatic color scheme. So that pretty much means we're going to be adding white to the color to make something lighter, and we're going to add black to a color to make it darker, okay? And we're going to be using that word fraction again and thinking about, where are we going to place our brightest color at? Where are we going to place our darkest color at in our sculptures, okay? Okay, so we'll be doing that next week.
We're definitely going to have to do some more red on where the heart is. You can like paint dinosaurs.
So the successes was pretty much the collaboration. The students just really worked together. They really got the lesson. They loved it, and I felt like this was a great way to integrate math and art together to create that really cool STEAM project. So I think they really liked that. Anything that I would improve would just get them to really think about design composition a little bit more. I would have them really like practice drawing, like, what does this look like? How does a pyramid look? How can we draw these fractions? How can that be turned into something in a project? So I think for the most part, this is a pretty successful lesson. The students really got it. We did formative assessments with them, and they all pretty much like ran with it, and they absolutely loved it. They had a ball with this project.